Hello everybody, I'm Ixical, and in this video I'm going to build this wonderful plaza in Mitsumaru City. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as we build the whole thing together. It's going to be in this area, which is going to be the financial district. So the first thing I need to do is build the floor and the paving. So I'm using EasyNPC Mod to drag over these park tiles and put them into position, just like that. Once I've got this sort of L shape, I'm just going to copy it a few times so it looks good. I don't really know how it's going to look. Flip it, rotate it, and see what I get. I'm happy with that design actually so far, so I'm just going to stick that bit into the ground, and that's pretty much the foundation of this plaza. I figured that a financial area is going to have a lot of parks and plazas, isn't it? Especially with that massive tower looming in the distance. This area is going to be for a bench, and now I'm going to start working on a fancy fountain in the middle of this whole place. So here, look, I'm just using stone blocks of various sizes, stone walls, and then some stone bricks as well. Just sticking them in like this. I'm going to have a fairly large fountain. It's going to be a water feature rather than a fountain, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So first I've built this platform. It looks quite nice like that, so I'm going to grab the water bucket, and then I'm just going to stick the water on top so it flows off the edge. Wow, doesn't it look cool? The water does look this way because I'm using the Visual Vibrance shaders packs. And now they're just sort of falling off like that. I'm not happy with it, obviously. So I need to get the entity block. And I'm going to create a solid but see-through wall using these. Because an entity block has a quirk. You can't see them. They're like glass, but they're not glass. And they do keep the water in its place. And I'm very happy with that. So I'm just putting this all the way around, look. And now I've got this sort of solid design where the water is not flowing off the edge. And it looks like a fancy water cake, doesn't it? I'm quite happy with that. So here, look, I'm going to put in a bunch more of these entity blocks. I can't see them, so it can be a little bit tricky to place them. Stick them all the way across like this, hopefully not in the wrong place. I think that's about right. And then I can just pour the water in. So grab the water bucket again, here, and then just stick the water in like that. And hopefully none of the water is going to fall off the edge. And I've got myself a nice fancy looking water feature. Oh, no, I've got a leak. Grab an entity block and plug the leak. Yeah, cool, I've got a cake. A water cake just sitting there. That's fancy. Underneath, I'm going to poke some holes to allow the water to flow down a little bit. And then I'm going to fix it using the power of skills. Basically more entity blocks. And then I'm going to put some weeds in there, some seagrass, put a wall all the way around it, put some little fish in, which happen to die many times. But I suspect water features in cities would suffer from fish loss and fish replacement, wouldn't they? Now I'm going to get a ridge template and build a little flower garden. Just putting in the ridges here that are available on the Yuushya Mod, making it a fairly large rectangle. Now I do notice there's a gap there, and I'm going to fix that in a minute. Being careful not to do too many mistakes. Put in this wall like that. Right, now what I need to do is fix that gap. So what I can do here, look, is put one on top, turn it into an entity, move that one down and across. And now I've got no gap. It does flicker a little bit because it's clipping in on itself, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm trying to think about the clipping here. No, I think I just prefer it like that. Just keep it stayed steady and normal. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to do the same on all four corners. So one above, entity, bring it down, bring it across. Done. Do the same here again. So there, turn it into an entity with a green gourd, bring it down and across, and it's all in place. Happy with that. Once again, entity, into the ground and across. Whoops, not with that axis, the other one. I always get those confused because when you switch, it changes. At the bottom, I'm just going to fill it in with grass and then put various plants in, including white orchids, which I think are available on the Yuushya Mod, and then big leaves from the trees. I think they look really good like that. And then I'll put in a few benches here and there, and a safety wall so nobody can plop into the canal, because that would be a disaster, wouldn't it? Now I copy and paste that whole box with EasyNPC Mod. It's a very handy tool, is that? Very happy with this. I'm going to build another sort of place for plants, an abstract shape. It's not really a rectangle, it's sort of a big square triangle thing. Then do the same, put in the orchids, a bit of grass, bone meal, and then some bushes. Cool. A few more benches and medieval lamps for night. It does look nicely lit up, it's got to be safe. On the aquarium, I'm going to put some hanging baskets. Again, these are a template available on the Yuushya Mod, and you could just stick them in like this, and they look absolutely fantastic. I've got a nice fountain there. It looks like it's surrounded by glass. Now, a difficult part is I'm going to build a truck in this episode. That's why it's so long, so do excuse me. I'm going to build a little food truck. Near the Diamond Insurance Plaza and near the canal, there's a giant tower called Diamond Insurance. And near that, there's a coffee sort of wagon, and I want to copy doing that. I want to have another one, but for fruit. Now I'm going to get some blind wall and truck components. The red blind wall looks good. I think it would be a cool design to have a red truck. Get some wheels. I like this one, I think, the standard truck wheel. Grab that on my toolbar and grab other truck components like a truck head. Maybe I can use the front and the back. That might come in handy. Maybe use this piece too. Over here, look, is the nether beam. You can see the coffee wagon I've got. I'm just measuring up the dimensions, actually, because I want to copy that and have the same sort of thing over here, but for fruit. It's not easy. It's really not easy, because the truck prefabs are difficult as it is without having to make little tiny ones, too. So here, look, I need to put in the truck head somewhere. I'm going to put it this side, I think. Yeah, about here. That's right. Put the truck head on top. It's the wrong way round. Turn it round. Put it in here. Turn this into an entity and it will disappear, but it's still there. On the bottom left, you can see that you can move the position to middle, and now you can just basically change the size of the truck head and make sure it's not floating. I want it to sit on that block. Cool. Now I'm going to use a half slab template to build up the rest of this truck, and it's not easy. So bear with me while I do this. I put in all the half slabs like this. It's obviously not sitting where the truck is, or the truck is not sitting on those slabs, which could be a problem, but it might not be. So I'll put in all these slabs like this. That looks about right. The truck head is obviously wrong though. So what can I do here? I can just shift it across, look, like this. Fit it into the middle of those half slabs, and now I've got the base of a truck. Whoops, it disappeared. It's still there in this air block, but it's not there. I can't see it. So put that in my offhand, go back in and add block state. Didn't work. Why is it not doing it? There we go. On middle, cool. And then just rotate it. Whew, disaster averted. It's still there. Great. So now what I can do is go over and try and put some wheels in. It's a really big wheel. It's a little bit too big, isn't it? Again, turn it into an entity and then just shift it down. Resize it a little bit to 0.8. There we go. Shift it in so it's like hitting the frame a little bit. Copy the entity with Control middle click and do the same here and at the front. Now there's a slab missing there. Yeah, I think there's a slab missing. Shouldn't be a problem. Take that away. Oh no, the whole thing disappeared. Go in, it's not there. Offhand the truck head, go back in, add another block state, and there it is. The truck head's still there, thankfully. Put the wheel in, again, too big, so I've got to turn that one into an entity. Maybe I can put that one in. The entity is 0.8 in size. That's cool. So here, look, I'm just going to do the same thing. 0.8, bring it in a little bit. Yeah, I think that's about right. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks good for now. Okay, so grab that one. Yeah, around the side it looks good. It looks like they're in the ground a little bit, I think. I'm not exactly sure. Here though, I can put the back of the truck on. So I'll turn this one into an entity and then rotate it up. Turn it round there like that. Yep. Bring it forward a little bit. I always get the X and the Y and the Z wrong. Never mind. Bring it forward a little bit. And then I can copy that one. Or maybe go in again. Add a block state. Do the same thing. So I can rotate it. It's a bit funny. Yeah, like that. I was hoping to copy it. I've got a little hack for that. And then move it across and forward so it's touching. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Copy that block state and do the same. Cool. They're rotated a little bit. It's a bit weird. I wonder why they're rotated. I'm not bothered about it. That seems okay. That's fine. It won't look so bad when the truck's complete. Grab the wheel. Pop it on the back here. Yeah, I don't want to... Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger, actually. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Get rid of that wheel and move it. So I'll pop the wheel in... I'm thinking. It could be a different size wheel. I'll get rid of the entity block on my offhand. That annoys me. Yep, copy that one. Paste it in, delete that one. Do the exact same thing here. Not that one. Whoops. Grab the wheel. Paste it in. Okay, so now I've got the base of a little mini truck. Now the wheel's obviously smaller. It's in the ground. -3. So I need to do the same here. -3. And then the same here. -3. Not too far in. There we go. Good, good. So now I've got the basics of a very tiny truck complete. So what I'm going to do is try and build the rest of it up. I might put the front and the back on the truck because they do look cool. Obviously, it's going to be massive. Yes, it's huge. Turn it into an entity, then just shift it across into the truck. It's clipping. I see that, but I'm not bothered. Rescale it down a bit. Move it in. Yep. Now I've got myself an interesting looking truck shape. Pretty cool. Maybe a little bit bigger, just like that, so it's sort of in the middle. Great, I'm happy with that. So spin around to the front and do the same with the front part. Hopefully not going to destroy things and make the truck disappear again. Turn it into an entity, resize it a bit and move it. So about this big, I think it was 0.8, into the truck, so you can see the number plate, and then across a little bit. Yeah, it's great. There's a bit of a gap I can see in the corner there, but that's not a problem. This is how trucks look, I think. And don't forget, this is going to be a fruit truck. Maybe you can buy milkshakes here. It does look really good so far, but I need to start building it up. So let's see. I'm going to find some maybe white parts, or maybe spruce parts. I'll get the half slab for now and see what I feel like. The half slab's great because it's like a little mini wooden one. I like the idea of red and white, but you could have some wooden things in this too. So I'm going to get the spruce wood. I like the spruce wood. Great. So this is going to be the back of the truck. Just stick those in like that. Yeah. Okay, so make that an entity, offhand it, put this one in, rotate it. I always get the rotation wrong. That way, and then just bring it up all the way to 16. Oh, across. Okay, fine. And then do the same thing. Bang. And then go across to the next one. And then pop it in here and here. That looks great. I've got the side of the fruit truck complete with many things in my hands, as you can see. That's kind of weird. Put these in. I'm going to have to do the offhand trick again, which is a shame. Okay, another one. Rotate it this way and then slide it across the blue one. Perfect. Copy that one and put that one on the top. That's it. We're done. We're done. We've got the inside of the fruit truck now, and it does look good. So let's remove all of these bits. I'll get the fruity bits. Put those in, the apple thing. Remember, there's entities in there, so I've got to be really careful where I put these. I think I'm just going to stick it there and then shift it back. That might not be too much of a problem, you see? Shift it back and across, just like this. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. Have another one. Pop it in here. And then I can't have a third one, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. What I could do is use one of the smaller ones. Finding the space when there's so many entities is trouble. Get the small one, go in on this one. Yeah, I can't go in on that one, so I'll go in on this one, I guess, at the bottom. Add the box of apples and then shift them across. The apples are available on Decorative mod, actually, but you can find similar apple boxes in Yuushya Mod, which is cool. So there we go, that's done. Put the melon slice in next. So I need to go in with the GUI tool, add the state. That's for the side of the truck, but it doesn't matter. Just slide it in. You can load up the entities with tons and tons of different objects if you want to. I've just so happened to choose watermelons here and coconuts. Do the same trick with the coconut. Put it in, shift it back a little bit. I kind of want it touching the watermelon a little bit. It's got to be like a nice fruit shack. Let's get a blender. A blender's good. Put the blender in here. Yep, same again, add a block state and rotate it. I've got myself a nice looking fruit stand now. There's a few things I could add as well to make it very interesting. I want to have some kind of roof at the top, so for that you need to find an awning. I like the look of the lime green awning. I can just stick it in across like this, look. So put one in. It's tough. Maybe I've got to get the stone from the floor. Put those in here. Like that. It's kind of weird making it dirty and I'm going to ruin the fruit, but never mind. Then I can stick the awnings in like that, put the awnings across, and then just remove the stone. All's good. But there's a gap, and I'm aware there's a gap. I'm going to fix that. So what I need to do is get another half slab, my friend, and I think I'm going to choose lime green for this. Let's get it. I quite like the look of these market blocks or whatever it is, but I think I'll just go with standard lime green wool. Let's grab it and put those in. 1, 2. Okay, it's a little bit high. Got to check the height. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it one lower. Okay, that's not a problem. Put those in a bit lower, but it does make a problem with the awning, but I'll fix that. Just stick those across like that. Yep. Turn this one into an entity and then just bring it down a little bit. Happy with that. Copy that one with Control middle click. and then just stick them in all the way along, and I've got myself a nice fruit wagon. I hope you'll agree. It's pretty cool. There are a few more things you can do. What I want to have, I think, is a QR code. I've got to find the store. Sometimes, I've got so many mods now, it's hard to tell where exactly these things are. It's not in catering, but I will grab myself an apple. Maybe another coconut drink. I'm trying to find which bits I want. It's tough. Paper cups. I always like paper cups. That's pretty cool. Milk. Gotta have milk in a milkshake shop, haven't you? That's cool. Let's see. I need to also find a QR code and a shelf. So I need to get the shelf first. This one will do. Any old shelf will do, really. Let's put those bits in. So here I can put in the shelf with the offhand trick. Just above the apples, I think, and across a little bit. Like that. And I can put things on that shelf. That's the idea. Looks good. So let's see what I can put on top. Maybe this apple. Yeah. Go in again. Add a block state. Move it across. Obviously a rather large apple, so scale it down a little bit. Shift it across like this. I think I've got the apple in place. It is floating just a little bit, but I am happy with the apple's position. Okay, so I'm going to add a few more shelves. Let's put one here. Bring it down, across into the truck. Ooh, it's finding it. It's finding it. I think that's the one, yeah. Across a little bit like that. Cool. They don't have to match perfectly. Close enough. That looks good. As long as it's not floating on the side, it's all good. Pretty happy with that. Yeah. Cool. So now I'm going to add a coconut. Do the same trick. Offhand it. Go back in. Put that in. Paper cups first. I was going to add the coconut, but never mind. Stick those in and lift that one up. A little bit smaller, but you've got to have the paper cups for the drinks, haven't you? Looks great like that. Okay, that's happy. Brilliant. Now I need to add some more shelves. Just a few more shelves, I think, to finish the details. Find an entity block location. It's not easy. I'll stick it in the ceiling there. Move it down a bit and back so it touches the wood. That's the detail. That's the key detail. Once it's done, I've got myself a fancy shelf I can put things on. Maybe this coconut. Add a block state, shift it back, and then shift it up a little bit and across. And there's the little coconut. It's sort of floating. There we go. That's great. Got myself a coconut. Maybe add something else. Another coconut, which I think is from Coquericot. And I think the Coquericot coconut wins, actually. It's a little bit better. But it could be the other way around. I'm not sure. Great. There we go. Got 2 coconuts on the shelf at the back. Now I need to find a QR code, I think. Or some kind of way you can buy things from this shop. So let me see. I don't know where it is. I think it's in catering. It's not going to be in living beings. Maybe I'll get some plants or something. That'll be interesting. Like a big cactus. The maple plant looks a bit poor. I'm not really happy with that. Yeah, so I'm going to get a different kind of thing. Maybe I'm going to get a pot and stick the pot there instead. Or a giant coconut. That could be cool, couldn't it? A giant coconut. Grab a pot. Let's get this big one. There's other choices of pots from Coquericot, but they've got soil in them, and I'm not sure I like that. They're interesting. I like the giant one, the standard Minecraft pot. Let's stick it in. Crouch, and then stick the coconut in, so it's like in there. Turn that into an entity, move it up a bit, and then scale it to be rather large. You could bring the brightness up, rotate it. That looks pretty cool. Interesting design. I'm happy with that. Copy the giant coconut and stick it on the top as well. Cool. Okay, go back in, shift it down onto the wall there, forward a bit, across a bit, and I've got myself a nice coconut sitting on this fruit stand. I'm happy with that. You could turn the brightness up on that, very bright, and then reduce the brightness on this one. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Cool. I want to have some posters, maybe a giant apple here as well. It's okay, put that in, turn it into an entity and scale it up. Really big. Leave it like that. It can clip into the coconut, that's not an issue. Yeah, that looks great. Cool, the fruit truck is nearly finished. What can I put on? What else can I put? I'm really tempted to find some... I'll put the milk in first. Let's get the milk, put that in, shift it closer to the blender. That's about it, really. Just do the milk like that, leave it in. Done. The milk is looking good next to the blender, ready for the milkshakes. Now, I want to find a QR code. You type in QR, it's not there. So it must be in catering. It's not there. So is it in the shop? Yuushya shop. Which one is it? The Yuushya store. There's one choice for that, but I can't... Yeah, there it is. Got it. And then just grab the QR code. I could use a cash register, but I think the cash register might be too big. So go in again with the offhand trick. Put it forward a bit. Rotate it like that. and then maybe shift it across and back a little bit. And now I've got myself a fruit truck ready for sales in Mid-Samara City. Great. So let's remove all of those things. I'm thinking about another plant. So I'm going to go in and have a look. Let's get myself a cactus this time. This one here with the red on it looks great, doesn't it? Get that one. Yeah, there's not. I thought there was more cactus choices than that, but that one looks cool. Let's put the pot down here. Cactus in, crouch, and then basically turn that into an entity, and then just make it massive, and try and find the perfect location. That looks okay, actually. I'm trying to rotate it a bit, but it's not quite right. Yeah, I don't know about the rotation there. Maybe I'll just keep it normal and stick it in the middle like I did. Forward a bit. And that's perfect, isn't it? I've got myself a cactus. Looks great. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to get some carpets. The standard square ones from Minecraft look good. Red, white, and green, because that's the colour of it. So just do like a little crisscross checkerboard pattern with them. Greens, whites here and there. Yeah, looks good. Maybe another green one here. Maybe I could change it later. It looks like a watermelon, doesn't it, kind of? White one and a red one. I think the carpet is too big, to be honest with you. So I'll take a few of those away. That's great. The fruit stand is nearly finished, and I'm happy with that. I really am. Around the back, I'm going to put in... Maybe I can grab some posters. I'll grab a watermelon for the top. Yeah, put this one in. Turn it into an entity. Make it really big, because it's the idea of the shop. Bring it down into the wool a little bit, across, and then rotate it like that. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's hanging off the edge, does it really? Just like this. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks great. Maybe move it across a bit so it's not clipping into the apple. I don't want it to clip into the apple. That's great. Find some orange. Like an orange, there's a painting with the orange in it. Yeah, so I'm going to stick that one on the back because this is a fruit stand, isn't it? Put that one here. Great. Entity it, and then just move it to where I want it to be. And then, not into, across like that. There we go, I got myself an orange. So you definitely know this is a fruit shop. At the back, I'm going to get some posters. I'm thinking about these normal long ones. Yeah, so this is a big poster, stick that in. I don't know about cake. Cake is a bit misleading, isn't it? I kind of like it, but it's a little bit misleading. Let's see, I'll turn that one into an entity and shift it across. This way, I kind of like the Shanghai picture as well. This way, it sort of hides the wood. Put in this one. Interesting design. There's not any other forms on that one, which is a shame. Nah, just that one. I don't know if I like that one. It's a bit thin. Maybe I could leave that here. Yeah, it's a little bit wrong. Also, I've noticed some clipping. You can see the wood panels look okay there, but on the other side, they're clipping. That makes me mad. I could hide that with a poster, not a problem. Grab it. It's not that one. It's this one. So remove. Let's delete it. Yeah, put it back in. There's still clipping there. That's not good. I've got to be very careful with deleting here because I could delete the wrong block and get rid of the coconuts inside the truck, and that's really, really bad news. So I'm going to have to do it again with the half slabs. Find the spruce, the raw spruce wood. Yep, and put those in. See, I don't know where that one went. Got to be real careful here. Yeah, turn that one into an entity. Shift it up. I guess I've got to shift it in a little bit as well so it doesn't clip. That's good. Okay, offhand trick. Put another block. Shift it across. Okay, a little bit further in like that. It does clip, but that's not a problem because I can hide it with posters. And then just do it again. There we go. It's just clipping a bit different now, but it's not as bad. Put in this poster at the side. Yeah, it's quite interesting. A food poster would be good. Okay, fine. I'll have to use one of those. Turn that into an entity. Bring it across and down. Maybe change the form. All right, that'll do. That's the form I'm going for. Yep, put that in and across. That way I can hide the wood, which looks really cool, actually. And that's pretty much done. Now I need to add a couple of NPCs, or at least one, because somebody's got to be selling the fruit there. So let's see, I'll go to EasyNPC, search for NPC, grab this dude. Okay, put her here. Okay, hello. And then you can crouch and right-click to get into the menu. I'll change her name to Miss Fruit. That's what that's her name, Miss Fruit. Maybe change the colour of her name. Pink would be good, I think. Save it. Edit the skin and find a skin. I've already found a skin I want. It's this one, like a fruit skin. I typed in the name for that one. You can use URL or skins that you downloaded, actually. Change the colour to pink and save it. There she is, Miss Fruit. Yeah, cool. You can actually enable it so you can see, but I'm going to give her a dialogue. Move her across a little bit first. Here and then back. Pretty good. Nice. She's looking at me as well, but that's fine. That's her objective. Her objective is to look at me, or the customer, not just me. And then here in the dialogue, I'm just going to put simple dialogue. Hello, welcome to the fruit truck. The Fruitmobile, there we go. That's a good name. Can I take your order? That's it. I don't really want to have anything more complex. Save it. And there you go. She speaks to you a little bit when you go there. Cool. Happy with that. That's really cool. I've got myself a little fruit truck in the plaza, and now I'm going to build a statue. It's not finished yet with craziness. I'm going to build a massive statue sitting atop this weird plinth. So there it is. That's done. Grab myself a picture of a man. This time I'm going to use this one. Make it really big. Whoa. Oof, he's clipping. It's so big. That statue is too big. And he's looking at me the whole time. It's very ominous. Maybe change the scale on him first. I also don't want him to look, so change the looking. So now he no longer looks at me, otherwise it's weird. But he's obviously massive, so I need to change that. Change the pose. I kind of want him pointing forward. Yeah, he's pointing towards the city. I think that's great. Pointing. Good. Let's have a look at him. He's pointing towards the office blocks behind me, but he's too big, so let's change his position. Scale him. I'll have his position down a little bit like that. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I actually removed the blocks eventually. They're a bit weird. The blocks underneath him are a little bit strange. Let's change the pose. Maybe rotate him. Not that way. Not that way. Reposition. Reset. Reset. Why can't I reset? There we go. Reset that one. Move him across a little bit. Like that. Kind of want him straight, but pointing a little bit. How does that look? Okay, yeah, so he's pointing at that building. Interesting, but he's a little bit big, isn't he? All I need to do really is find an angle for him so he can point at the city, because that's what I want to go for. A nice iron statue. He does look cool. I go back into the settings, I remove that rock thing underneath, and then I just position him so he's looking that way. His left arm is moving, which indicates he's alive as well, which is kind of weird. It could be a mechanical feature, I'm not really sure exactly. But that looks great so far. If you're liking this video, subscribe to my channel. Send me a comment as well about how you feel my build is going. I'm trying to build things slowly. I'm going to reduce the size of the man. Yeah, about 5. I think 5 would be better because otherwise he's just too big, isn't he? And I don't want to have a really big dude in the city looking and moving his arms scarily. I actually disable the left arm movement later just by repositioning it a bit. Now I'm going to find some oak leaves and build up the rest of the area. Grab these oak leaves and stick them in the holes like that. That's okay, anyhow. Looks pretty good. Build this up to be a bit more wild, you know? Get some vines as well. The vines can be growing. I'll get those ceiling vines as well. Now on a slab, the ceiling vines sort of dangle, so you have to entity it and bring it up a little bit. Then you can control middle click it to just stick them under all of the slabs like that. Because that way it looks like it's got a bit of nature on this statue, doesn't it? Pretty cool. Oh, that's the wrong place. There we go. I've done all of those. Now I can just put in the rest of these. I'll put the vines in underneath. Now the vines will spread all over this thing, and I'm concerned about that. It does look good though. I'm just thinking about those vines, so I might go in and just turn them all into entities. That way, the vines will not spread, because now they're no longer vines, they're entities, but they still look like vines. Kind of weird, but that's done. Don't want to put in another man, I want to put in oak leaves all over this building, rotate them a bit using the GUI tool as well, after I've used the gourd. Copy that one, and put them in so they look like they're standing up. I don't want to destroy the slab. No, that's wrong. Grab the slab, put it back. Yeah, there we go. Stick those all the way across, so I've got myself a nice, natural-looking statue in the middle. I can't actually put them too close because I'm in the area of the man. So yeah, okay, that looks cool. One here. You see how it goes red? That's because I'm mousing over where the statue is, and that's wrong. Great. So now, I think I've almost finished with the plaza. I need to add a few more details, I think. Such as adding in another planter box. Paste the one I've already got. I quite like it raised. Actually. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll put it there. That's okay, not a problem. I might have to change the park tiles a bit, but that's okay. So grab these, shift this one out of the way as well. I also grabbed them as well so I can put them back later. And then just put in the park tiles. Very haphazardly, but there they are. Put in this stand. There we go. And then put the light on top. Yeah, I made a mistake there. And then over here, look, put that one in and then put that on top. It's nicely bright at night. And now I've just got to put in a few more details. I might have a tree in here as well. I don't want to have too many trees in plazas. I'm concerned about that. Because plazas are supposed to be just empty spaces of concrete, aren't they really? Nothing happens in a plaza. Meeting point. So there we go, put this in. I kind of want a raised one, but I'm not sure. Grab the grass, stick the grass in various places, just to fill it up. I could use Axiom for that, but I'm not going to. Good old standard natural grass. Looks good. All the way in. Making loads of mistakes there with the grass. Done. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll grab the wall, or perhaps the ridges. I'm not sure yet. Let's put the walls in. Okay, yeah, the walls do look good. People shouldn't be trampling on these vegetations, should they? It's a bit big, look, so I'm going to just change a few of those. Put in a bit more stone, and then just put the wall back. All the way around. Looks great. Yeah, happy with that. In the middle, I can obviously add some things, but they attach to the wall. So you can put the... it still attaches to the wall, you see. I don't know if I'm bothered. I'll stick them in and see. I'll put those in and see. It looks a bit weird when they're attaching to the wall like that. It annoys me a little bit. But the bushwork, it looks cool. Yeah, happy with that. But again, they're touching the wall and it annoys me. From a distance, it's even worse, I feel. So, no, you can't really turn that into an entity either. That's a bit annoying. Put the wall back and then I'll fix it. I'm going to have to get rid of those bushes. Sadly, I like the idea of having the bushes there, but no. They touch the wall and they make the wall have that weird joint. So I put the bushes in the middle away from that and I'll put some flowers in or something at the side. Yeah, grab that one. Yeah, and then put that at the top. Done. Do the same, so they look a bit more tree-like, little trees or something. Cool. Grab the, what is it, the orchid. Put the orchids in various places. One here, one here. Yeah, just different places to make it look like a nice plaza. That's the design of the plaza with those orchids. Maybe I'll grab some grass as well. I could always search for it. I'll get bone meal or something. An oak tree could be a good idea. I'm not sure exactly if I want to put an oak tree in there. Could be too big. Let's put it in anyway. I think that looks okay. It doesn't detract from the fact that this is a plaza. You know, they do have trees sometimes. So this one here, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put another tree in for this area. Put the grass in first. It's a little bit big. Yeah, it could be a little bit of a problem. Could do the ridge template trick. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll grab the ridges. I'll do the ridges. Put the ridges in like this on the grass, not a problem. Leave the gap, and then I can fix the gap, can't I, with the trick that I did. You could grab this one, and then put it in. Bang. Yeah, easy. Can I grab that one? Nah, it won't work. It won't work because it's not the same. Nope. That's a shame. This one? Nah, also problems. Never mind. So just grab the ridge and put them in normally. Yep, so go back in, shift it across, boom, done. Do the same. I need the ridge, really, but that'll do. Down, and then across. Yep, and then the same again. Ridge, entity, down, across. I've got myself a nice little planter box there I'm happy with. Put in the tree. Yep, it's the same standard white one. It's not a unique tree like last time. It's easier to use the prefabs, to be honest. I'm putting the oak leaves to make a little bit of a bush. Being careful not to destroy things. Maybe get an orchid here. And a little mini grass or something. This one. That would have put the tree in again. I nearly put a tree in. That would have been a shame. That looks great. A little planter. Cool. So there's one more area where I could build another planter or something here. I'm tempted to have a raised planter. Maybe grab some more benches and put them in. Yeah, so a couple here. Maybe a few near the statue as well. A couple near this fountain. Just different places for the benches, you know? It's always interesting that way. Get some bins as well. I like the green one and the blue one. The red one is for dangerous materials, isn't it, really? I think it's the green one. I should use the green one instead. Yeah, look. So get that one, remove it, and put the green one back in. No problems. Cool. I've got one more little space in my plaza. And then I've got, you see at the back there, I've got that green grass area. I'm definitely going to have two buildings there. A coffee shop of some description and another absolutely massive giant tower. Yeah. So here, I'm just thinking, can I copy it with Axiom Mod, or do I have to build the whole thing again? I'm going to try and copy the tree. It does take a little bit of time to copy the tree, but it's worthwhile. It's worth trying. So instead, what I decided to do was just go back in the Axiom Mod and grab the bit at the floor, because that's all you need, the floor bit. And then I can paste it in here. Yep. Shift it across so it doesn't clip into the bench. Just thinking, I might just dig out a new one instead of doing that. Make a bigger one. It could have been easier to just paste it in, but I don't know really. Just do that. Grab some grass, fill it in. It looks easier this way, doesn't it? It's absolutely easier. Axiom Mod is great, but it's not the same shape. I'm thinking I could grab the wall. I don't know. Do I do the ridge one again? I'm not exactly sure. So here, look, I'm going to remove all of these bits. fill it in. Maybe I could just grab the box. I'm not exactly sure. Move these benches. Sad to move the benches once they're in, but I like the idea of having a rather large one. So put in all of these first, all the way up to the edge of the street. Not bad. Yep, the stone bricks first. I could put the ridges on top. Maybe just leave it like that. Yeah, let's grab the ridges. Let's do it properly, otherwise why bother? If you're going to do a job, you've got to do the whole thing, haven't you? You can't be doing it half. You can't be doing it lazy. So like that, put that one in here. One at the top, entity it, bring it down, shift it across. Good. Another one. Down and across. All's good like that. And then the same on the last two sides. Down and across. Great. And then all I need to do is put some grass in the middle. And basically just fill it with bushes again. I don't think I'm going to have another tree here. Being careful to put it on the same axis. There we go. That's good. That's good. Here, grab the grass. Thinking. Maybe that's a good space for a bench, actually. It is, isn't it? That's quite a nice space for a bench. So I put in those, put in a few benches. Looks good? Yeah. Cool. This is where you can have a rest, isn't it? Grab the grass and then just stick in the grass into this gap. So I've got myself a nice planter as well. Yeah, that looks really nice. Good. So here I'm just going to grab these, the tall orchids, random spaces. Grab the blooming one and the grass. I don't really want the tree this time. And then a couple of these evergreens. Stick those in. Tall grasses everywhere. Being careful, put in a blooming one, a couple of tall ones, that's good. I like that, looks very nice. A nice natural planter box to this whole design. So now that that planter is finished, I'm going to take a tour of the place. Here is the Mitsamaru Bank that I built quite a while ago actually now, it's a couple of months ago at least. The park at the back, you can see the statue, and there's the Diamond Insurance Office Plaza. It looks fantastic, look at this place. In here is a big fish tank, this is the reception, and it goes all the way to the top. Close those doors, this is the Canal District. Again, I built this a while ago, plenty of stuff here. I can cross this bridge and see the new plaza that I built. This is kind of like a plaza, isn't it? This canal thing. Go over here, being careful of the traffic, and then I can cross over this bridge to see my new plaza, which is in the perfect place. Here's the nether bean. I can order myself a coffee if I want to. Pretty cool. Go down these little stairs, and here I am. I don't think there's any fish left here. I think they've all died. Well, there they are. They're floating. That's kind of weird. A bench. I can sit here and relax and look at the canal. Have a nice day here. Pretty cool. Yeah, happy with that. The bench is a bit big though. Got to squeeze past the bench. Not happy with that. Remove. That's better. A little bit less bench. And then I can go across. See this area? I added this one a little bit later. The bench looks cool. Maybe I can add a few more bits. Let's have another bench here. Yep. Stick in a bin this side. That'll do. Yeah, cool. Grab the green one real quick, put him in. Sorry to detract from the tour there, but I'm checking things too. There's the statue ominously looking over and pointing towards the rest of the city. That's really cool. Yeah, happy with that. He's just standing ominously looking. And it's finished. Brilliant. If you've liked this video, subscribe to my channel. Send me a comment if you want to. If you really want to, you can send me a super thanks. And if you really want to, you can support me on Ko-fi. I'm Ixical, this is the Plaza build, and I'll see you next time.